Hi guys, I'm ArchieLuxury and today I'm doing an advertisement for one of my great fans here. I want to promote KK Design, which is a San Diego based interior designer who specializes in full service residential and boutique style commercial spaces from start to finish. New sofa, new kitchen, new house, or you just need some ideas or a second set of eyes? No problem. Work can be done via Skype, FaceTime, email, text, phone calls, or in person, depending on the size of the project. Restrooms and Rolex! Longays and living rooms, Pateks and pantries. She does it all. Is your house ready for your new timepiece? Follow her on Instagram at KATEK_INSPO. That's on Instagram at KATEK_INSPO. Reach her and check out her work at www.katek.design. Kate K all the way. Kate K all the way. Kate K all the way. Thank you very much. Please check her brilliant design out. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury and the Peart channel. Today guys, I want to tell you a Patek story. And this was a story, an interesting story, which I found on Houdinki. And it involves a Canadian heavy metal drummer, Neil Peart. And it involves his Patek Philippe, and there's a bit of a story to this here. So let's do a quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing a Patek 5127, white gold, just a beautiful Calatrava. I love that watch. Guys, this is an interesting story, so let me set the scene. It's 2004, Neil Peart. He's a huge wristwatch fan. He's a respected musician in the I wouldn't say pop, heavy metal sort of scene. He was a drummer in a famous band called Rush. I must admit, it's not really my cup of tea, that sort of music there. I'm sort of everything before 1850, classical music sort of guy. But Neil Peart is very respected as one of the greatest modern drummers of all time there, which, hey, you can't, who am I to judge anything there? So he was a respected musician. He loved his motorbikes. He had a BMW, to name but one of his bikes. I'm not exactly sure how many bikes he had, but look, he was just a cool guy. And when he rode his bike, his BMW, he would put his valuables into one of the side cargo boxes. And what happened was, he happened to have his precious things. I mean, well, what are precious? He had a Cartier wedding ring, and he had a watch his wife bought him for his 50th. And this particular watch itself, there was a Patek Philippe Calatrava 5107. It was a 2002 5107. And I just happened to be wearing the nearest watch to that, which is a 5127, which is the model that replaced the 5107. And yes, I owned a 5107. I have owned one. That lovely watch. I absolutely adore the 5107. Anyhow, the story is he was riding his BMW bike, and what happened is one of the side cargo containers, capsules, came off. It came off his motorbike. It came off, and very, very sad indeed there. It came off, and as he was driving, a ranger says to him, "Hey, you lost one of your cargo holds a couple miles back. So he quickly raced around, and it's a needle in the haystack. He couldn't find it. So this happened in 2004, and very, very painful. I'll actually put a link to a couple articles. There's a Houdinki article about this, and there's also an article from Neil Peart's own website. And also, we just remember Neil Peart, he recently passed away. Very sad. I think he was born in 1952, and he died. So it's kind of a sad tale there. But okay, let's move. Let me just double check that. When did he pass? Sorry, just let me double check this. I want to get my facts right for you there. He passed away January 7, 2020. He was 67 years old. That's so young, man. That's terrible. Great tragic loss there. So anyhow, the story is, okay, so this came off the motorbike 2004. He swung around, tried to find it. I can't think of anything more traumatic. He had his wedding ring, as I say there. He got his wedding ring in year 2000. And he lost the watch his wife bought for his 50th. Ooh, I'm not 50 yet, and I remember my 40th very strongly. And to lose a precious possession like that is very, very painful. So then what happens is, the story is that anyhow, the knapsack that was in the container is eventually found, and then the guy who finds it doesn't disturb it, notices the watch, doesn't try and sell it or hawk it, just a very cool soul of the earth. He puts it in his garage, trying to track this guy down. Anyhow, the story is that his wife bought a new broom and wanted to clean out the garage. And that's right, the husband had this knapsack, this bag in there, which the husband said he was going to track down the owner one day. It was one of these tasks. And sure enough, the wife got a new broom to clean the garage out, and she went through his stuff and found a phone number connected to him and rang him and said, "We found your bag." And this was in 2015. And he makes an interesting comment on his website. He says that he's very pleased to have had this discovery. Of course, this was the watch that his wife gave him for his 50th. However, the dilemma came in because he'd actually claimed insurance and got a replacement, and it doesn't actually tell you which watch he replaced it with, but he probably got another 5107, because in 2004 the Calatrava hadn't, I think the 5127 hadn't replaced the 5107. So he replaced the watch and he replaced the wedding band, and he makes the comment, which one has more memories? The one he's had from 2004 to 2015, 11 or 12 years, or the original Patek, which had 2 years. He had ownership for less than 2 years. Which one has the more memories? And he makes a point of saying that he reimbursed, or was going to reimburse the insurance company, which I think is the honourable thing to do. I can understand that. I think if got the item back, you've had a payout, you've got to return said funds. But it's an interesting thing. What would you give back? Which one is more sentimental? Is the original Patek, which he only had for 2 years, or the Patek you had for over 10 years? And I think you'd have to keep both, wouldn't you? You would have to keep both. Very, very interesting story. Very interesting story there, and interestingly enough, the whiskey that was in the bag had deteriorated. I think the cork had started leaking through, and it turned to sort of sludge because it was oxidized, of course. And the bag had a bit of a stink to it. The Patek, yes, it definitely needed a service from being in a garage with the heat, cold and heat. But Patek ran. The Patek ran, and besides the strap being a little bit less, Patek after a service would be fine, I would imagine. So it's fascinating. A 5107. I was really interested in this story because the guy had a 5107, which that particular Patek reference is very dear to my heart. I owned a 5107 in white gold. He had a yellow gold one, which is equally as beautiful. Yellow gold is well, a Patek. Fuck me dead. A Patek. It's a very interesting tale. And you know, sometimes in your life you look at things that you've lost or things that have gone out of your life, and you think, geez, what happens if you were reacquainted? And I've got to confess, this is one of my favorite shirts. Herman Sows, he made this beautiful shirt for me. I've got to tell you, you know, I look back, I was going through a bit of discovery period myself when I was thinking, what do I want back? Because I had a 1016 Rolex Explorer 1, which was stolen. I got reimbursed through the postal service because the post office didn't have the balls to take on the mafia, the Chicago mafia. They paid me out. But I got to tell you, the thing I really wanted back wasn't the 1016. It was my Patek annual calendar, which I got for my 40th birthday, and I had to sell for personal reasons. I had to sell that for personal reasons. And I got to tell you, it's a very interesting thing. What is really precious to you as a person? And I got to say, I honestly, Pateks are very important to me. Pateks are very important. I love my Patek Philippe's. I love my Pateks. And it's an interesting story. What would happen? And I got to say, you know, I got my annual calendar back, the 5035. I bought it back. It was never stolen or lost. I sold it because my wife at the time had a serious car accident, and I wanted to buy her a piano, and for the children to play piano. And then many years later, the guy offered it back to me, and I didn't leap at it. I was just kind of strange. You look at this thing here. My good friend Dave said, "That Paul, fucking grab it." He said, "Fucking grab it, Paul. What the fuck are you waiting for?" And it took a while for the cogs to turn in my head to say, "Yeah, why don't I grab it?" And I gotta say, it was pretty surreal to get it back. I absolutely love that watch. I love that watch completely. I mean, that's Hodinkey's got a 3940, which perpetual calendar is it's better than my 5035. But for me, the 5035, that was my serious Patek. You know, it's kind of funny. That watch means a lot to me. And people criticize, "Oh, it's a little bit small. This and this." I don't care. That was my watch. I got for my 40th. And I really loved it. I really loved it. And I got it back. It wasn't stolen or things, it wasn't involved in an accident. I got it back. I had to pay money, of course, but, you know, things kind of improved since the time when I sold it. And I kind of think sometimes to appreciate what you've got to lose it, then get it back. You know, you can't, sometimes that's the kind of things you really do appreciate. And it's an interesting tale. Which one has more memories? The one he's had for 10 plus years, or the original gift from his wife? It's just such an amazing tale. He ended up giving the person who found the bag $1,000, which I think is very fair. I would say, in all honesty, I think it's an interesting tale. It's a very interesting tale. It is really, really interesting. It's very interesting. And I kind of think, you know, it's funny. What possessions are really key to you? What possessions are very key to you? And in my case, yeah, PATEKs. I absolutely love the PATEKs. But interesting story. I will put links down below. You can go and read the story at Hodinkee and also Neil Pearl's website himself. Rest in peace, Neil. Very sad to hear of his passing there. And he's just a cool guy, a rock drummer, famous, one of the I've just did a bit of research. He's one of the greatest drummers of all time. Loved PATEK, loved motorcycles. Had what a fucking wonderful wife to have bought him a fucking 5107 in the first place. What a fucking lovely wife to have done that. And he's lived a good life. He's lived a good life. You know, it's sad. 67. Shit, that's a bit young. It's a bit. I'd be taking it up with Jesus myself there. I'd be saying, hey, it's a bit short. He's a little bit cheated there, I think there. But hey, it's how life is. Life is precious. So it's a funny thing. The watches have a very special relationship with you. So yeah, I find it very, very interesting indeed. So there we go. That's a cool story. A story of a reunified Patek Philippe. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. And be careful if you're driving the BMW with the side pannier. I think they're called panniers. If you've got side panniers, just be careful the bastards don't fall off. I'm Paul Peart. Tell me what you guys think of that. Great Patek 51275107. Neil, you got style. David SW. Who does ArchieLuxury recommend is the greatest grey market dealer in America? There's only one choice. David SW. That's right, guys. I've got to tell you the honest truth. I have for a long time been looking for the perfect answer. Who do I recommend people go to see? Who do I recommend that people can go and buy watches? And I've got to be honest with you. The greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet is David SW. DavidSW.com. That's right, guys. I have been looking for a contact who I can very nicely refer people to. I am not in the selling business. Customer service, I'm too old to sell watches. I'm too old. I like to recommend my viewers to a reliable source. In Australia, I've got some great sources. There's Sydney Watch Exchange with Cove, Ronnie at Vintage Watch Co, Shani at European Watch Gallery. And in America, who is the best source for pre-owned Rolex for all the hot models, there's only one person I would recommend, David S.W. David S.W. David S.W. That is the premier source for pre-owned Rolex. I gotta be completely frank and honest with you. Guys, if you are looking for a hot Rolex model, there is only one place you can go to. David S.W. David S.W. David S.W. Let's be honest, guys. There's no point schmoozing the dealers, the ADs. They're just a waste of time. Unless you're going to buy 20 pieces, you are wasting your time. What you're better off to do is pay the market premium and go to a good pre-owned dealer. Who do I recommend? David S.W. David S.W. David S.W. That's correct, guys. I want to tell you this now. I 100% stand behind David S.W. David S.W., the greatest pre-owned dealer in the entire United States of America. That's right. The greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, for Patek Philippe, for Audemars Piguet, David S.W. He even does things like FP Journe. David S.W. David S.W. David S.W. That's right. If you want to buy a pre-owned Rolex, a Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, there's only one good source I would recommend. David S.W. David S.W. David S.W. I'm Paul Pluter, the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III, and I'm proud to recommend David S.W. See you later. Thank you for watching this channel. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury and the Paul Pluter channel. Today guys, I want to introduce a new company. This is Fame City Property Solutions. That's correct. They're located in Northeast Ohio. And Fame City Property Solutions replaces non-efficient lights with energy-saving LED lighting. Now, I got to tell you, the guys at Fame City, they will install energy-saving LED lights at office buildings, commercial warehouses, home improvement stores, grocery stores, schools, parking lots, and other residential homes. Customers of Fame City Property Solutions can save hundreds and even thousands of dollars on their electricity bills. Now, you can email these guys at famecitypropertysolutions@gmail.com. That's all one word there. famecitypropertysolutions@gmail.com. Fame City Property Solutions, specializing in LED installations. Come on, guys, help this business out. Fame City Property Solutions in Northeast Ohio. Come on, guys, get on board here now with efficient, energy-saving LED lighting. Fame City Property Solutions.
it's better not to talk at all.